A few years ago, we set up our business here in Dubai and we were here in and out, but this year we kind of moved here permanently. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what kind of lifestyle the people that move their business here live, because everyone has a different lifestyle, and I'll tell you exactly what that is. If you don't know me already, my name is Kevin. I'm a partner here at GenZone, and I moved all the way from Canada to Dubai to benefit from a lot of things: low taxes, quality of life, safety, and many, many more things. But I'm going to tell you why I've been here a little bit more permanently. And again, like I mentioned, I'm going to tell you what other people are doing and how they live their lives around the UAE. So the first group of people you'll find are the people who just want the tax residency, don't care about much else, and just want to get that and get out. So those people will spend 3 months of the year here in Dubai, and then they'll travel and they'll live in Europe. They'll live in Southeast Asia. They'll go back to their home country for a little bit of the year, not too much to be a tax resident, but a little bit of the year, and they'll just travel around the world. These are the nomads, I would call them, the people who like to work from around the world and just keep traveling. And you see, when I first set up my business here in Dubai with my partner a few years ago, we were kind of doing this. We were traveling, going to Thailand, going to a lot of countries in Europe, Italy, Malta, you name it, we've probably been there. And we just lived that nomadic lifestyle, which is good, but it got a little bit too much for us personally. Especially really trying to give the best service to our clients. Being around the world, setting up in kitchen tables to have an office is not the best way to work and best way to execute. And being here in person in Dubai is fantastic. If we need to meet with clients, we can do it in person. If we need to meet with bankers, we can do it in person. If we need to meet with the free zones or the government entities, we can do it here in person. So for us, scaling a company, a lot of people here in Dubai this year alone, we've helped over 100 people set up here alone this year. I can finally say that being here in person is very beneficial compared to traveling around the world, being a nomad. But although this is my experience, for a lot of other people, they continue to just live their lives as a nomad. And I'm not saying that I won't go on vacation and travel a little bit. I'm just saying that for me, this year, it was better to actually just stay here, be here in person, and be there for our clients in person until we can have a system where, we can have other employees to meet them. But for example, with our VIP medical and biometrics, we have someone that actually meets you at your appointment. You're not just shipped off to a random center where you have to figure it out for yourself. We have all this coordinated, super VIP experience so that you just go to the center and then there's someone that meets you and guides you through the process, so it's as VIP as possible. Now this brings me to the second group of people out of 3, and the second is what I have now become, the group of people who are living here for about 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 months of the year. Now this is probably what the majority of people do, and if you can do the math, you'll probably realize that the reason why is because the summers here are quite hot, and that's the only downfall that I think the UAE has, is its heat in the summer, which is for me unbearable, especially coming from Canada where I'm used to the extreme cold. The extreme heat is not something I am used to. So, regardless how much time I want to spend here, I have to take the summers off unless I'm going to stay inside the house all day. So this group of people, we will stay here for the entire year, but for the summer months, so 3 to 4 maximum months of the year, we will be away, and we'll travel to Southeast Asia, Europe, North America, or South America. So it really depends on the person. For me, it would probably be a mix between Southeast Asia, Europe, and North America. And then the third group of people are the ones who stay here the entire year. Now, I will be honest, the group of people who are staying here the entire year are usually not staying here by choice. They're staying here because they kind of have to. They're working a typical job. They're employed by an employer, and their employer requires them to be here for the entire year. So they'll spend 12 months of the year here, and they'll have to go through the hot summer and turn up the AC. So going over the different types of groups is good, but let's talk about why it could actually be beneficial for you to be in group 2 or even group 3. So number 1, being in group 2 means that you're in the country for more than enough time to have the international tax certificate. So if you're in the first group, you're gonna get the local domestic tax certificate, which requires you to be here for 3 months, but being here for more than 6 months gets you the international tax certificate. So in the case that you spend too much time in another country or have too many ties in another country, this international tax certificate will be very useful in the case that you have to prove your tax residency here in the UAE. So if you stay over 6 months, so even 12 months, then this is even better for you. Now, the second reason why it may be a good idea to be in group 2/3 is you're gonna save a lot of money in rent. Now, you're gonna pay money in rent regardless where you are, or if you own a property, that's great too. But most people are renting. For example, I am renting because I'm here short term, usually 6 to 12 months. Definitely not 12 months, but 6 to 8 months. So when you're saying long term, you're gonna save money because your rent or your lease is long term. So it's not a short-term rent where, the prices are really high like on Airbnb. You're gonna get a discounted price. And if you get a yearly rental, your price is gonna be a lot better too. So there's a lot of money you can save in renting annually, which is a great way to rent here in the UAE. And some landlords actually even allow you to sublease the property when you leave. Of course, get their consent before doing it, but that's an option too. You can even sublease it to someone when you are away. Now, the last thing I want to mention is that if you're staying in the country long term, 6 to 12 months, you're probably not going to have to worry about your visa becoming invalid. If you're in the country for only 3 months, it is very easy for it to go, badly pretty quickly, because you cannot be outside of the country for more than 6 months each calendar year. So from January to the end of December, if you are outside of the country for more than 6 months, then this can go bad quickly because your visa will be invalid, and then you're gonna have to reapply and do the entire process again. So let's say you arrive on the first month of the year, on the first, and then you leave, and then you come back on the 7th month, on the 1st, then your visa is gonna be expired because you were outside too long. So this is gonna be an issue. So we highly suggest for the people saying the minimum 3 months to maybe split up those months in a way where this is not a huge issue for you. And if it is going to be an issue for you because you don't want to spend 1 month here and then leave and spend another month, and you want to spend it all, together, what we suggest is to travel away and then travel back after 6 months, cross the customs and, actually go into Dubai and then actually leave after. You can do it immediately or spend a few days here, whatever you want. Just make sure to go through customs, get that stamp, make sure that you're in the system so that your visa is not invalid. So that's gonna wrap it up. That's basically how people live their lives here. We have the group of travelers and nomads who just want to spend the minimum amount of time here. We have the second group of people who want to spend, enough time here and want to avoid the summers. And then we have the group of people who are here for the entire year. Now, it's, up to you how you want to live your life. But personally, I am in the position in my life right now where being here for 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 months of the year is fantastic for me, but I gotta avoid the summers, and I don't think that's gonna change anytime soon unless I have to be here. If you enjoyed this video and decided that, hey, I wanna move to Dubai, I think this is the right decision for me. Maybe being the nomad at the start is the right thing for me, spending 3 months. Maybe it's not, maybe I wanna be here for the entire year. We'd be more than happy to get on a call with you and talk about how we can set up your business here in about 1 week. Get your residency in about 1 week and have your bank accounts done in about 1 week. The entire process should not take longer than 2 to 3 to 4 weeks at a maximum. And if you guys enjoyed this video, we'll see you in the next one. And of course, book a call down below if you enjoyed this.